Hi everyone, my name is Anna Anders, humbly here at home at my kitchen table. And this is the third video of me doing, I wanted to do a YouTube video of my activist work in corrupt Cleveland, Ohio, spring, summer 2012, when we had a missing family member approximately for 10 years. So I made some activist signs. This is my grandson Joel. This is a Mother's Day picnic that we had in Rocky River Reservation Park, Mother's Day 2012. So this is what my Mother's Day looked like on Mother's Day 2012, because we had a missing family member and I just wanted to have a potluck picnic with my kids and show them my new activist signs. And then shortly thereafter, I created a 4-page newsletter called All Eyes on It. This is just a sample of it. Basically this back page is all YouTube videos and stuff, and the last, I'm going to say quarter or so, maybe a third of the newsletter talked about GINA and what I thought was happening for my cousin's daughter, Nancy, which I believe that our corrupt government was covering up GINA's abduction case, because I was making peace flags and I was attempting to go public with this work in 2003 to 2004, and spring of 2004 is when GINA got abducted exactly. So, long story short, I learned that the government did 9/11. I also learned that the government, which had Halliburton providing our soldiers all their needs in the war in Iraq, Halliburton was developed and discovered by Dick Cheney, Bush regime, and there's so many more. But more importantly, a sister corporation called DYNCorp was found to be running human trafficking rings. So at that point, when I came across Cynthia McKinney Grills Donald Rumsfeld on the YouTube video, you can Google that. I mean, YouTube it. I apologize. YouTube it. Cynthia McKinney Grills Donald Rumsfeld. That led me to believe, what's the chances that maybe our government, who did 9/11, was covering up GINA's abduction case? So that's what I concluded, and very intuitively, through prayer and meditation, I developed my activist signs, and then I created the 4-page newsletter that spoke about GINA's abduction and what I thought about that. And I also got permission from my cousin Nancy about this, because I would never go into the streets of Cleveland without my cousin's approval. But my cousin Nancy was very desperate, and she said, "Anna, I just want my daughter home. I don't care what you do, but if you could help, that'd be great." So I jumped in, and this is a result of my activist work. And I want to tell the story more in detail because, yeah, today I drew this map, but I'm going to draw a better map down the road here. So basically, this is a map. Basically, this is a map of 5 streets, okay? We have Clark Avenue, which is the main street in Cleveland, Ohio, on the west side. Walton Avenue, Aaron Avenue, Seymour Avenue, and then Wade Avenue, okay? So basically, what happened was I did activist work at St. Michael's Church, mega church, which sits right to the right of St. Michael's Church, and then I did activist work at Scranton Church. And basically, I held up this sign. When the church people came out, I gave them the peace sign. I told them who I was, and more unfortunately, I had to tell them that we had a missing family member whom I believed our corrupt government was covering up the story times 10 years. So what I didn't know at that time is I was standing right here at this corner here and next to St. Michael's Church, mega church, but I was, watch this, I was on Clark Avenue, so let's count this street. Walton, Aaron, Seymour. I was just 3 streets away from where Ariel Castro had the girls. I didn't know it, but the very next day after that Sunday, the government came out with a story on Fox News that said the FBI got a tip from a man in jail that Amanda Berry's body and GINA DEJESUS' bodies were buried in an empty lot right off of Seymour Avenue by Wade Avenue at the corner here, okay? So my friend Vladimir, he said, Anna, come on, they found their bodies. And I was like, Vladdy, slow down. I said, what did we do yesterday? You know, I said, we did that activist work over at the churches. I said, so we must have yanked their chain. Something is going on. Well, he wanted to believe that they were going to find the bodies. We went over. I held up the activist sign, where is GINA? And I stared them in their faces. I was so, S-O-U-L, disgusted at what they were yanking. They were yanking my cousin Nancy's chain because all she wanted was her daughter home. She didn't care. But I stood there and I knew what was going on intuitively. I knew we were close to something, but I didn't know how close. Well, then what happened? May 6th of 2013, the story broke out of Cleveland about the 3 girls being found in Ariel's home on Seymour Avenue. So as you can see here, this is Seymour Avenue. This is one block here. Ariel Castro's house was here. You cross West 25th, the next block here, which is right next to that empty lot that they were pretending to dig for their bodies when they knew all along that the girls were here, okay? But this is our family street here, too, I want to mention. My father bought the house here at 3216 Seymour Avenue. C32, this is West 32nd Street, West 30th. This is where they were digging for their bodies. So we didn't know how close we were, Vladdy, but we were very close. And, yeah, the newsletters that I created was a compilation of many activist websites that I put together, and a lot of information, a decade of activist information together in this 4-page newsletter that was woven. Not to exclude, but this page here is all about the day of 9/11 as well. So these are facts that you can Google, YouTube, and just check on yourself. It's nothing that I'm making up. Something that I learned over the years. So humbly, yes, I'm Anna Anders at forglobalpeace.com, and what happened was at the end of summer 2012, I came home to Flagstaff, Arizona, and while I was here, that's when the story broke out. I was even in the McDonald's that Ariel Castro would go to get food for the kids, and I actually would do activist work in that McDonald's. I walked in, I would get my coffee or food, and then I'd make an announcement to the people working there about how I felt the government was covering up an abduction case of GINA DEJESUS, and I went on. I mean, I went on and I went off in public with my activist work. So I didn't know how close I was. God knew, and God knows the rest of the story as well. I'm humbly Anna Anders at forglobalpeace.com. There's more I want to speak about right now, but I'm going to hold off and upload this video. This is video number 3 of my Cleveland activist work looking for a missing family member, GINA DEJESUS, and explaining that for the year of 2012, spring and summer. Thank you. Bye-bye.